Grade 5, MX18, Lesson 3.2 from the Multiplication and Division with Fractions unit. Hello students and families. This video resource can be viewed as a reminder of learning that happened in the classroom, a review of learning that was missed during an absence, a preview of new learning. Remember, this video cannot replace the math conversations and group learning that takes place in the classroom. If you have questions or would like additional practice, please speak to your teacher. Additional resources are available on the Think Central website. Ask your classroom teacher about how to access this site from home. By the end of this learning activity, students should be able to say, I can solve for more than one fractional part of a whole. Here are some of the Tier 3 vocabulary words that will be used in this lesson. Keep in mind that these are not the entire list of vocabulary words for this lesson. Finding the fraction parts of a whole is a useful skill to master. It has many applications in everyday life. Let's look at this example above. Minneapolis is 15 miles away. If you have driven 1/3 of this distance, how many miles have you gone? If it helps to think about this problem visually, one option is to use a number line. We have our starting point at 0. We have a destination point at 15. If the question is asking for thirds, how do we divide this number line into thirds? We know that 15 is a multiple of 3. What times 3 gives us 15? You are correct. Our 3 reference points start at 5. Doubling that is 10. Tripling that is 15. Here are the reference points clearly labeled. At this point, it is quite easy to find the answer to the word problem above. We get in our car, we put on seatbelts and check mirrors, we head towards Minneapolis. 1/3 of the way there is 5 miles. Here is the equation to check our answer. What if we modify the question? What if we want to know 2/3 of the distance? Do we start over with everything? No, we can use the same number line. Let's get into a car that is a little more realistic and can fit more of us inside. Instead of 1/3 of the distance, we now travel 2/3. Here is the equation to check our answer. Let's try another example with a totally different question. Let's go visit our neighbors to the east in Wisconsin. River Falls is 24 miles away. If you have driven 1/4 of this distance, how many miles have you gone? Here, we do need to change our number line because our scale is no longer the same. 0 remains the same, but our destination distance has changed. What are the new reference points? The question is asking for fourths. We see that 24 is a multiple of 4. What times 4 equals 24? Our math skills tells us that the reference points are now 6, 12, 18, and 24. New question, new whip. Heading east, we travel to the 1/4 distance after 6 miles. Here is the equation to prove our work. Here is the same question asking for 3/4 of the distance. Heading east, we travel 3/4 of the distance after 18 miles. Here is the equation to show our work. Just like multiplying any number, products can get large really quick. Up until this point, we have been working with some reasonable numbers. However, what if we are asking for 7/8 of 96? The larger the numbers, the greater the chance of multiplication errors. P.S. It is okay to use a calculator to check your work. Here is question 2 from the homework. As best you can, try to solve using mental math. If you still need to use a number line or picture, that is fine as well. Work at your own pace and focus on accuracy. Not much creativity here. Write your equation, solve, and simplify. Here is a reminder of the learning target for today. As always, if you have additional questions or if you would like more practice, please talk to your teacher when you return to the classroom. As we continue to build this resource for students and families, any feedback that you have would be appreciated. Feel free to email with any suggestions that you may have.